Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So yes, it is fall, guys, and I'm so excited to be working in my fall gratitude junk journal or autumn gratitude junk journal, however you guys say this season, whether it's fall or autumn. I'm just very happy and grateful to have this journal that I can be working in and decorating and putting things together and for you guys, for myself, and yeah, so today we're going to play in this journal. I made some things on Saturday, I believe it was the stress-free Saturday. We made some little fall leaves out of wood. Now, we didn't make the wood, of course not. I bought these at the Dollar Tree in packs of 10. And these are like little maple leaves, and when the leaves start to fall, they change colors, and it just becomes such a pretty thing. And I love the change of season. I love the color change every year. I try to make a trip up to like Tennessee, so from Florida up to like Georgia, Tennessee, and then come back down on the 25 is the highway, I believe, and either the 25 or the 35, I'm not sure. It's the 25 because the 35 runs through Texas, and the 25 runs through Tennessee. Anyway, it's just a pretty drive. It's nice and hilly, and the fall leaves are changing, and it just warms my heart. I'm from up north. I'm from New York, and you know, when you see it every single year, you're like, the winter's coming. But when you live in Florida and there's no change of season, you miss those things. Anyway, I'm going to do a 2-page layout based on these leaves that we made on Saturday in our fall wood ephemera that we did. So yeah, I did these with some embossing powder and some I think it's called like, where's the bottle? It's like 3D something gloss, I don't remember, but anyway, we made these on Saturday, and I'm gonna use them today in my junk journal. So here's my 2-page layout that I want to work on. So yeah, let's just dive right in and do something fun. All right, this is a Twisted Tuesday or a Try It Tuesday. It all depends on how you look at it, because I've moved my days around. Guys, I've done so much with this channel since it started. Let's just lay it out there. All right, so it used to be Twisted Tuesday, now it's a Try It Tuesday, because I want to do a thrifting Thursday. I know none of it makes any sense to you, but it does to me. So try to keep up. I am getting a little burnt. I've been doing so much work with the channel, especially with all the growth that it's been doing. So yeah, I might scale it back just a little bit, just to like explore some other things that I can do in this world of you know, social media. I want to start doing my shorts for the channel. I want to start you know, working with a couple of sponsors. So, you know, nothing too elaborate, just to start the whole thing of being monetized. You know, it's important when you're producing such when you're producing things that are important to you, you want others to see it, you want to be appreciated for it. And trust me, I am most appreciative of all the comments that you guys have put in the you know, comment section of the videos that you're watching. And I do appreciate every single one of you guys for subscribing to the channel. I just want the channel to grow. I want to make this my everyday. So yeah, just some things that I'm exploring. So keep an eye out for that. I will keep you guys abreast of everything that I've got going on. So yeah, let's just work on this. Okay, today we're doing this. So I'm doing this 2-page layout, and I've done it before. Here, I'll show you a previous one. Here is a previous 2-page layout. It's really just for journaling space and something interesting to look at. There may be a tuck or two behind, you know, some of this. You know, if not, then you can definitely use it for writing. Okay, so yes, I will be using all of this space right here for writing and you know, showing my grateful gratitude for the fall season, because I am excited about it. So then here's another one-page layout that I did. This is just a lot of fabric that I stitched across the top and then glued it to the top of the page, and there's writing space under here, and then I put little tiny somethings that you can just lift up and you know, just find something that catches the eye underneath each little section of the journal, right? It's just, you know, some points of interest, let's just say. Okay, and then I definitely laid out this box right here strictly for writing. This is more of a hidden space. If you don't really want anyone to see it, it's there, but you don't, you know, whatever. So there's that. Oh, and then there's this little secret pocket right down here. It's a tag shaped pocket with a tag inside of it. So those are just some of the things that I've done with this book so far. I mean, yeah, I've done a lot with this book, but those are just some of the things that I've done. So here I am on my probably 4th page. Let's see. Yeah, about my 4th and 5th page of the book. I'm going to remove some of these items that are in here so I can have a flat surface to work on. And yeah, so the book is getting chunky. It's becoming one of those chunky monkeys, as they say. There's a lot of good things in here. So I'm just going to remove some of it just to flatten out the surface of the book so that I can you know, get a nice flat comfortable section here to work with. And so this book measures, I want to say 7 7/8 by, okay, when it's closed it's about 5 inches. All right, so each page measures about 4 7/8 by 7 7/8. All right, so I'm just going to grab a sheet of paper and I'm going to cut it down to this size, or maybe this size and this size. Okay, and that'll be our base to start working with. Okay, so let me go do that and I'll be right back. And that's for my uncle who thinks the words "I'll be right back" doesn't mean anything. He's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't tell anybody that you'll be right back and just come back. But if I disappear, how would you know? Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've cut down a sheet of paper. Here, I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. This was a 12 by 12 paper that I've cut down to make 2 sheets of individual sides of the journal. It measures 4 7/8 by 7 7/8. Okay, so I'm just going to apply some glue onto the back side of each page and glue them individually to the inside of the journal. I think I've done a full page all the way across before, and getting it to fold in the middle was an issue, and you know, the whole thing. So I think I'm just going to do this one individually just so that I get these to lay down really like nice and flat and even with each side of the paper in the book. So I usually start here in my lower left corner, getting it right to the edge where it needs to be, and then I work my way across to the other side and then up to the upper left corner and smush. I then smush with my hand all the way around the whole thing. And that's why I had to empty out the book, so that it's a nice flat surface to get that smush going on, and get this page glued in so that it's nice and flat. All right, so here I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. And so this is going to go this way like that. So I'm going to glue it down this way. So I hope you guys are having a great week. It's already like midway. I mean, one more day and it's Wednesday. So yeah, let's get to the fall part of the year, because it's almost there. Keep hope alive. We're getting there, guys. The year is almost over. 2022 was rough for a lot of people, especially with, you know, the past couple of years. It's been a very rough recovery year, let's say. You know, considering the last 2 years have been just absolutely bananas. So we're going to be in 2023 soon, and maybe we can bounce back from the crazy. But yeah, take it in strides, right? We're just here playing with paper and glue and taking it in strides. So again, I start down here in the lower left corner. I hope you guys can hear me. I haven't had any complaints, but sometimes I forget that I'm talking to you guys and I'm just mumbling to myself. So yeah, I hope you guys can hear me, and yeah, and I'm not just like mumbling to myself. And yeah, I start in the lower left corner, work my way up and around until we get it nice and flat and even. And I can tell that this particular page is just a little bit shifted when I stitched it all in. So I will have to shave just a bit off the edge up here. Okay, so yeah, can you see that? Can you? I don't know, it's blurry to me, but yeah, there's just a little piece up here at the edge that I will shave off with my scissor. So just to get it even. Unfortunately, it wasn't stitched in evenly, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's see if this page needs some shaving. Yeah, this page does too. So maybe I didn't, let's just say I didn't stitch this in correctly, okay? Perhaps. But it's a little crooked, so I'll just cut off the excess right up here, okay? So that's how much I cut away. Not much, but it was enough to bother me, so I removed it. So here we have a nice something going on some old wood type of paper, and wood meaning the pattern of the paper. Not that I mean, I know paper is made of wood. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to decorate this with these little guys right here, and the only way I can think of to do so is with a belly band, guys. Like that would just make my day. If I have, like, yeah, this would be such a nice reinforced belly band made of wood. And let's see, fabric or paper? Fabric or paper? I think I'm gonna do fabric. Yeah. So here I have these are these strips that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I told you guys to keep your eye out for this. I picked this up at the Dollar Tree. I think I was in St. Augustine, Florida at the time, and was like mind blown when I saw these. And I'm like, I don't think these belong here. There were so many of them, and I only grabbed 2. I should have grabbed like 8 because they're so useful. And then I went to, I think it was Walmart or Hobby Lobby or Joann's, I'm not sure. And I saw these for $8. Okay, so the pack of all these strips were between $6 and $8 somewhere else, and I paid $1.25 for them. So just keep your eye out when you're out and about. You know, don't go looking for stuff, but if you do see it, grab it when you do. I am going to pull a piece of this fabric, I think. Okay, so in this book I have so I have this pattern here as a belly band holding in a chunk of tags. I just shoved a bunch of tags in there. So I think I'm gonna go grab this pattern again. I also have this pattern back here that's reinforcing the spine and the back and front of the book. So it's here and here, but I like this pattern, so I'm gonna go grab a piece of that and take it to my sewing machine. I may do some paper on the back of it to reinforce the fabric. Yeah, I'll just do that and I'll come back and let me just go to my sewing machine and stitch in some of this fabric, and I will be right back. Okay, don't go anywhere. Alright, so I went to my sewing machine. I did a little zigzag stitch all the way around this piece of cardstock. It's not very thick cardstock. I don't even know the weight, but it's just a little piece of white cardstock that I glued this to and then did a zigzag stitch all the way around the whole thing. So that's going to go right here in about this section of this page. And yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of Fabrifix glue right on the edge, also on the thread, okay, just to reinforce that section, even though I did double back stitch on the ends right here. You can see like all of that stitching right there. Yeah, so I did do a double back stitch on it. I usually do. So I'm going to put that down at the bottom of the page where your eye is not drawn to, and centered and down. Okay, so that's going to go right about there. And all I really did that for, like use the paper, is to reinforce the fabric, because fabric alone won't hold anything in. It'll just be a floppy mess. At least in my experience, it has been nothing but a floppy mess. So I'm gonna wipe away any of the excess glue that oozes out top and bottom and off my fingers. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my 2 leaves that I decorated with embossing powder and the whole, you know, I ran the whole gamut on this thing. So if you don't know, go back and look at Saturday's video, but I'll probably find the link and put it up here for you guys. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Fabrifix glue straight down the middle here and glue this down to the belly band. Some people call it a tummy tuck. I think I've called it that in the past, but it's definitely, like, for book purposes, a belly band. And that's where you would tuck a bunch of things into. So I was looking around my desk to see if I had anything to tuck into it. And odds are I don't. So probably gonna have to make something. And I'm okay with that if you guys are. I mean, we're only about, I don't know, 12 minutes into this video, maybe 15. So there's that. And that alone looks pretty stinking cute. I mean, that is too cute. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry for just a moment, and Let me see if I can find anything to tuck in it. I did have this in here. It says just a note. I did some clear gesso on the back and then stamped it with my little stamp that says just a note. It was some of this paper that I clear gessoed the backs of all of it and then cut it up into little journaling cards. So I can probably tuck some of this back here behind the belly band. Let me find some. Whoa, my glue just flipped over on its own, like I didn't even touch it. Let me find something that would contrast nicely. I like that. Yeah, I can probably tuck some of these behind there, but I don't want to mess with this too much because I really want it to dry. So, and Fabrifix will glue fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, and paper to paper. So right now we're gluing wood to fabric. So fingers crossed this will work. Just FYI, I don't know. I think I have glued wood to paper before. I just don't know if I've ever glued wood to fabric before. And so we'll see. I mean, it's all about crafting 101, I've always said. That's what you'll find here on this channel. If you don't know something, come over here and we'll figure it out together. So I just rounded the corners on this one. I will find my little stamp that says just a note. Oh gosh, guys, you don't understand. Like right now I have a 2x4 in my room. Like, why? Because on Saturday I had to prop up that tonic glass craft mat in order to do these leaves right here. So yes, I have a 2x4 in my room. So I need to find my stamp that says just a note, or I can stamp the word confidential. Do you see that? So I'll just stamp that on this one. Maybe I'll stamp it on the side. There we go. Okay. But I will find the just a note for this one. So I stamped confidential on here, and hopefully it's right side up. Questionable. Yeah, this is it. Right side up. Alright. So I will round the corners on this, and I'm using my large corner rounder, so about 10 millimeters is the size for that. And I like rounded corners because it just softens everything, right? So there's that. So I will tuck these two into there as soon as I find my just a note stamp. So on this side of the page, you're probably wondering, like, what are you going to come up with? What are you going to do? What am I going to do, really, is the question. I don't know. I don't know yet. So I'm thinking, here, let me move these out of the way. I'm thinking I want some journaling space, probably like right in here. Oh, here's what I have, guys. I have, remember these? These are CD holders. They're like, they used to hold something called a compact disc back in the day before MP3s, and I mean, crazy, right? I still have CD holders. These were actually some DVDs that I copied movies onto. And now we just like stream things, and we don't even have CD players anymore. So anyway, I found some of these old disc holders that I didn't need anymore. So I'm going to use one of these to create something. So here's what I've come up with. Let me move this out of the way while it dries. So hopefully that's stable where I placed it, because it may all come crashing down. So okay, so here's what I've got. What is this? Okay, I'm going to use this on the inside here. Yeah, I'm going to put that right there. Okay, can you see that? Alright, and on this side, I went ahead and cut out just some of my faux, what is this, ledger paper. I want to say journal, but it is a ledger journal. I think I went over that with you guys when I made this. But yeah, so I cut this out in the shape of the circle that goes like so. And this one will go down here at the bottom. So I'm just gonna like sort of collage around this and cover it up so that it's usable. The acetate here in the middle is usable, and you can tuck something in there. So let's just do that really quickly because I think this video is running a bit long. I'm just looking for my glue mat. I don't know what I did with my small glue mat, but I'm going to glue all of this down to this right here. But before I do, I need to decorate this part and possibly even this part. So yeah. So to do that, I'm just going to grab my VersaFine ink and some stamps, and I'm just going to go to town and just stamp all over this. This says Hello Autumn. So I'm going to place this in a spot where I know is going to be seen because I have not cut around the excess yet. So I'm going to stamp that there. And then going to, this is one of my new favorite stamps. It's by Elizabeth Craft Designs. And it's one of my favorites because I think I paid too much for it. So I feel like I need to use it as much as possible and as often as possible. So yeah, I bought this at the Stamp and Scrapbooking Expo. And yeah, I probably could have gotten it for less elsewhere, but I like to support, you know, I just like to support. That's what I do. Get carried away a little bit, and here we are. So I've got that there, and I'm just stamping randomly, and that's why my glue mat is below, just in case something does not fit in a spot where I think it should go. Hopefully it makes sense when I put it together. So yeah, just random stamps, guys. See what I mean? So part of her won't show, but I'm glad she's there. I'm gonna put some mushrooms on there because it wouldn't be a Chronicles of a Crafter if there weren't mushrooms involved, especially because it's the fall. And I love an excuse to use a mushroom. Actually, I really don't need an excuse to use a mushroom. I really do like, I don't like the texture or taste of mushrooms. I think I've mentioned that before, but I love mushrooms in my crafts. So yeah. So I'm just decorating this really quick because I think this is what this project needs. It's just a little something to go on the second page of that 2-page layout. And I'm gonna use one of these little 58-cent or 85-cent stamps right here. I'm gonna put that right in the center here. I think I double tapped that one, so we'll see what we get. Hopefully, yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't know why I was worried. Okay, so maybe I'll do one more stamp down at the bottom, And it's usually one of these 3 for $10. I like this one a lot. Just gonna stamp that right there. And I clean them as I go, right? So I don't put them away with ink on them because I really like my stamps to last. They're not cheap, guys. I mean, yeah, you can probably get them for cheap, but when you add them all up and, you know, you want them to last, let's just say. So I tend to clean them off right away because, yeah, the ink will stain it. And if you ever decide to go in with something other than black, you know, you want that color to show. So that's my whole thing. I'm gonna stamp one more stamp, which will be this mushroom over here. And I'll stamp this one in multiple places. So that's gonna go there, and it will go down here. Okay, so that's that. Let's put this together. I'm just going to close my ink and shove everything else aside. And then we'll assemble. Where's my little card? We will assemble this guy right here. So I'm going to place this on this side, and just using glue stick for this, I will place this over here like this, and let's just see, I think I'll place it like that, and then I will trim the excess away that way. So I'm just going to put a pencil mark on here. So that'll get cut away, and then we'll figure out how to cut away the inside part afterwards. So I'm just using my scissor, like, just to get rid of the excess, and then if there's anything overhanging afterwards, I will figure out how to trim it off. So this will go up to about there. So I'm using glue stick, just regular old Avery glue, and I'm just gluing along this side here. Oh, you know what? There's these little flaps that is never glued down properly, so make sure you get those as well if there's anything lifting. Just like a regular envelope, you know, an envelope project that we do, we always glue down our excess flaps. And yeah, so I like this little flower. That's why I want to get this part up to the top. And size it appropriately, and then cut away the excess down at the bottom. Okay, so that's the easy part. Actually, that's not that bad. I do need to, I think I'll leave it for now. Actually, nope, I'm going to cut it away. I'm going to do something radical, just absolutely radical. So in here, this envelope is cut away like on that line right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Should I zoom in for you? No, I'm just going to draw it and then show you what I do to get rid of it. Okay, so I just went in and traced around the lines that make the pocket deeper. So I need to do that with my tiny Tim snips here. And I'm just going to trace around the pocket, and it'll look so much better. Like right now it's just a square, right? Or yeah, it's a square. But once I'm done with this, it's gonna look so much better, I promise you. Even though it's gonna take me some maneuvering to get it all cut away evenly. So yeah, it is what it is, guys. We have to improvise sometimes. So that's what I've cut away. And then for the rest of this, I am going to use my craft knife and risk it all by following that line that I made. And hopefully it works out. Hopefully, just fingers crossed. Okay, that worked. Look at this, guys. Like, so much better. I mean, it just makes the pocket just so much more accessible. Anyway, I'm gonna stop gawking at my own genius. And let's glue down this front side of the little flap here. So this is gonna go at the bottom, but it's gonna overlap on the top of this. So I need to line this section up first. Yep, right there. Let's just glue it down. Just glue it down, Nicole. Just glue it. So when you're gluing, when you're doing this project, if you do decide, there is a right side up and an upside down, right? So if you do the bottom and it's right side up, to duplicate this semicircle, you want to flip it over onto your right side up page in order to copy that, right? You want to duplicate that somehow. And but yes, you do need to flip it over so that your both pages are right side up. And I'm just wiping away any excess glue that may have gotten onto the acetate. And yeah, let's just glue this down. And I'm not really concerned too much about what's on the stamping that I did. My concern is this semicircle right here. I need it to line up with the inner circle of the acetate. So the majority of this will get cut away. So my little girl will get lost. Some of my mushroom will get lost, but it's okay. I mean, it's like a it's like a collage, right? So with collage, you barely get everything that you want. Some of it will have to go. And such is the case with this. So again, I'm lining up my semicircle. And it gets harder to see as you go. So yeah, this whole thing needs to come up and try again. I'm lining up the semicircle on the inside of this right here. Okay, much better. And again, I will just wipe away any Alright guys, we're on the home stretch. I just inked rounded the corners on this little piece of blue notepad paper, and I'm contemplating gluing it down because, yeah, let's just glue it down. Why not? I don't want to contemplate anything. I wanted it to be removable, but it's okay, guys. It's just paper. And I like the blue. So I just inked around the edges just for contrast. And I'm just going to place it like right here. It's a good little journaling space. And I will glue down the edges just like so. Okay. And here are my two little cards. Oh, I forgot to go look for the Just a Note stamp. It's okay. I'll find it another day. But these two little cards will go right back here behind my belly band. And then this guy is my little peekaboo. Little note cards will tuck down inside of there. And my other Just a Note card, where'd that go? There's so much on my desk right now. I have another card somewhere. That will go into the pocket along with some of these mushroom cards. Because I love mushrooms. I just love the look of them. They're also very interesting. So I'll just tuck those down in there. And I will also put this right here like that. It's like a little hidden something. You flip it over and you have some journaling space, and there. So if you have any of these, hold on to them, guys. Do not throw them away. And I'll just use a little bowl nose clip right here at the top of my envelope. I will put one of these guys right here. Alright guys, I'm going to tuck this back here, and we're going to call this one done. I hope you guys have a crafty day. Stay naturally curious. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And share these videos with your friends and family. Alright guys? Yeah, use the links down below if you find them useful. And I will definitely talk to you guys in the next video. Stay naturally curious. Bye.